Morning and welcome to Straight Up listeners, and welcome to News Talk 93 FM here on the Mona campus of the University of Western Hills. We are heard all over most of the time, and glad for your support. Really good to know that we are not only heard but we are listened to all over. This is Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. I was going to talk about a very interesting and a very long and interesting interview last night of Kelly Tomlin, that is the head for JPS. That lady will come from foreign, come head JPS. But just a while ago, a friend of mine told me of a comment that was broadcast on the news last night by the Prime Minister, commenting about people stealing electricity. People stealing electricity from JPS. I didn't hear it myself. I trust that it is accurate. It's not a big thing, but I just trust that it's accurate. That the Prime Minister was telling the people of Jamaica that those who steal from the JPS are stealing from themselves. That kind of reason there. We don't encourage stealing. So we're not ridiculing the statement, but people use words and direct them at other people and direct them at certain people to get certain effect and to make them feel guilty, and to make them feel, and they should feel guilty if they are guilty, and to make them feel away, inferior, and so on and so. This is how people direct words, and sometimes it is rightly directed so. But you hardly hear the Prime Minister and the people in them position directing words like that to people who steal, to the rich who steal from the public. They mostly talk to poor people them way there, ordinary citizens them way there. I'm not talk to the rich that way there. Don't talk to the rich or the powerful that way, are the people who can support them when they need financial support and other kind of support. Why I mentioned that is because, as I said, I was going to talk about the interview that I heard with Kelly Tomlin, and she's the head of JPS. And then the Prime Minister reported as having made that statement that was carried on the news yesterday about people stealing from JPS. And one of the main things of this very long interview that I heard of Kelly Tomlin, in her personal capacity, telling her life story and how she liked Jamaica and all kind of thing. One of the most revealing. First thing, she born poor. She born and grew poor in West Virginia, one of the rural states in the United States of America. We have all the country people, country white people live up in the hills, poor, uneducated for the most part, and mostly working on mining and other jobs like that. Not the rich part of the population, because every state has a rich part of the population, but the mass of the people. So she born and grew in West Virginia, poor white people. And through education and talent, she get all wide different kind of training in business. And I think her first job was at a radio station as a DJ, and in business and management. And then she get to study law, and then she get to specialize in a power supply company through law and through other things. Anyway, she move on. Gather up a certain level of personal success. Most people measure success by the distance and speed with which you move from weakness to strength, or from strength to strength. There's a term, strength to strength, because you can move from strength to strength, strength to more strength. If you're moving from a certain level of strength to a certain lesser level of strength, that is not term moving from strength to strength. Moving from strength to strength is when you move from one strength to a greater strength, or when you move from one strength to another strength. That means you're widening the areas of strength we have. Widening the areas of strength we have, or heightening the level of strength we have. So she moved from strength to strength, which is a story of success by most people measure. One of the most, she sounds very down to earth. You get find, say, although she come across very arrogant, and she might be arrogant in her job, although she come across very arrogant when she make these pronouncements to the little poor black people at thief current and all them way there. And me myself have commented on that. I also they must especially bring this white woman if I come talk to you that we can dress with them. But listening to the interview, she sound very much more human and vulnerable and all kind of things. She even revealed that she'd have a nice white black boyfriend when she was going to university. It's a black boyfriend she had, but she couldn't carry him home. But she and him disguised themselves and drive in a car some miles to her home, and she drive him around the neighborhood and show her the neighborhood and the school him at the different places where she grew up, but she couldn't carry him home. So she kind of down to it, and she talk about that home. She never could talk it out. Another thing she talk about one at a time, and them say, boy, what is one of our saddest moment in Jamaica, our most touching thing? She say when she go out on the raid them, when she go out on the raid them with our company, raiding the communities where them suspect people are thief light or not paying a light bill. Even after them get legal supply, them not pay the light bill. And them have to go with police and things. She say when she say the people have to run up and down and root up the light wire where them connect, run up and down and run up and down. She said more time she cry. She said almost every day she cry. She said most time that's why she wear dark glass when she go on them mission, because sometimes she says something, some of the effect of what she doing. Some of the effect and the result. Effect not only of what she doing, effect of what she doing and effect of what the people doing come to bump. People thieving light and she go try reclaim light. So the two things come to bump. Not just what she do. Not just a result of what she do, she cry. Result of what she do as well as a result of what we do. Because you know we have to take responsibility for what we do. She said sometimes when she buck up on it, she cry, and almost every day. For different reasons she cry. But she said most time when she go out upon them raid there and she see people are run upon them and creep up light wire. And hide light wire. She said some little picnic, sometimes some little people come hug her up. Hug her up and beg her. She said one of the worst times she feel is when she see a woman jump down in a gully. She'll try disguise the light wire, you know, or she'll try running from the yard where she is, where obviously let the wire tie up. A woman jump down in a gully and run and hide from her. And hide from the JPS team and the police. She feel it. Why she cry? She feel it because she said, boy, it shouldn't be like this, and you know, it's really terrible, it shouldn't be like this. She knows, say, it shouldn't be like this. Because the people in Jamaica, like the people all around the world, should be able to afford electric power in them home. Electric power has been worked out to be produced cheap enough all around the world that if people was working decent wages all around the world, all of the people in the world would be able to produce, to afford electric power. Because really and truly, electric power come down to be produced efficiently enough that if people was getting decent wage, they would afford it. Even though it's too high, they could afford it. And she know that most of the places in the world, especially a place like Jamaica, people are not being protected and the conditions are not being provided where people can build them life. Build them life. And then because them can build them life, now them start to plan. When you find out that you can build a life, and you start planning. When you find out that you can't build a life, you nobody planning. You just live from day to day. And say no better day. When you can't, when you find that you can't live a life, you nobody plan nothing. You just live from day to day and say no better no day. It's when people realize that them can build them life, people start to plan, you know. That's the time when people start saying to themselves, say, I cannot afford to have 8 children like what my father have, because him time was different. And since I see myself can plan, can build my life, let me try build something. And if I'm going to build something, I'm going to have to be building it and planning for any children I have. So I'm going to provide something for my children before them born, not when them born. Not when them born, me walk around begging different family members and community members, MP and councillor, begging people things to help take care of my pick now born. No, once I say that I can build my life, I start to plan before. I don't want nobody else come provide for me picnic. So I start planning for me picnic. Me and my woman start planning for me picnic. And we start to limit the rate at which we breed. I couldn't care less who don't like what I'm saying. We start to limit the rate at which we breed. You could have a Rastafari brother, you could have Jewish brother or Islamic or anybody who want to tell me say people not to limit the rate at which they breed. I couldn't care less who you want to say. You go and breed at the rate where you want to go and breed. I don't business with you. I care about you breeding faster than what you can take care of your picnic now. But I'm not going to try vex up with you because you don't care. Yes, when people find that them can build them life, people will plan, and people will plan ahead of events. And Kelly Tomlin know that if people in Jamaica were reasonably provided for, I don't mean government come give them no house, you know, and give them no electricity, you know. Provided for in terms of justice provided for, security provided for, education provided for, and health provided for. Those things are owed to the people in every country that pay tax. And much more so in Jamaica, those things are owed to people who pay tax. That if those things were provided for, people would be able to build them life. And therefore would be able to plan, and everybody would be able to afford electricity. And not only would you plan the rate and limit the rate at which you're breeding children, you would also plan the rate at which you're buying electrical appliances. And you wouldn't be like a fool, not able to send your children to the doctor when it is necessary, but you're buying a flat screen that you cannot afford while taking care of your children properly. And you're also buying a flat screen that cannot come through the door. The way it's big and the way it's small, the flat screen can come through the door. And you buy a flat screen. You are buying things at a rate that you can't afford, just like how you might be breeding up children at a rate that you can't afford. You're providing for the flat screen more than how you provide for your children. You don't understand me? Providing for the flat screen and the prestige of the flat screen. I mean, I cost poor people and grudge nobody for having a flat screen. I'm telling you that if you are being provided for in the way that you should be provided for by the government through the taxes that you're paying, you would have been provided justice, you would have been provided security, that your flat screen, you don't afraid to leave your yard with your flat screen because security would be in every community. And nobody couldn't come juke it down and take away your flat screen and take away your bike. Juke come your yard, come juke it down and take away your bike where you work hard for. And juke it down. So you would be provided justice through the taxes you paid for. You would be provided security through the taxes you paid for. You would be provided education for you and your children through the taxes you paid for. And you would be provided health care, those basic things. There might be some other basic things, but them four that just come to mind immediately, four of the things that you should be provided for having paid tax, no matter how small the tax is. You are paying enough tax that these things should be provided for. And Kelly Tomlin know that in every country of the world that people pay tax, these things should be provided. And she know that in Jamaica, it's a shame and a sin that the level of prosperity that she see around in some people and in government is a shame and a sin that people are having to be resorting to these things and making bad judgment. Apart from having to resort to thief light, at the same time, you are so lacking in confidence about life that you can't bother even plan the family that you want. You can't bother to plan. You just have children. Can't bother plan. Things are so hopeless that you don't bother plan. She know that is hopelessness cause people live so. And she born and grew as a poor white person. It's not only black people poor, you know. You have a lot of white people poor. They might be not as poor as black people in America. The white people who are poor in America might not be as poor as the black people. The white people who are poor in different parts of the world, in Europe and all, but might not be as poor as the black people in the same countries. But you have poor white people all over the world. You have poor people in every nation all over the world. Every nation in the world have poor people. And the rich in the world in those same countries know that the people them do have to be so poor. But the only way that the rich can be so rich is if they maintain a certain level of poverty, so that poor labor become cheap. That is the only way that the super rich can be so rich. Kelly Tamlin know them thing there. You should hear the interview. What about it was repeat? It's a repeat because I heard it came over on Sunday first, and then last night at Tuesday night it was repeated. Long interview. And she feel it. And at the same time she feel it, she know that she fortunate to move out of the poverty that she born and growing up. And she fortunate to move up in a society. And she fortunate to be a high-powered executive in a big company that can pay her well. And she's so glad to have escaped that poverty. And she know that she's a part of a system that is maintaining the poverty of the mass of the people. It's a system deliberately maintain the poverty of the people. And she know that. That's why she's not two mind, you know. All the prime minister probably not two mind. I don't know if she lose the good mind completely. But she's not two mind. Because she knows that. The whole of them were in a privilege know that they are volunteered to become a part of a system that deliberately maintain this imbalance in the world. And it can't go on forever. That's where rise up the doctrine all in the Bible and all different religions about the kingdom of God, you know. So one day God will come and put everything right. Because people know that it can't go on forever, you know. But instead of people stay together and work out and work towards the way and the solutions how these things must come to an end, people prefer to leave it up to God. One day God will come and wipe all problem away. So we know that's just like people just breed up and nobody plan, you know. When you sit down and talk about one day God will come and wipe problem away and it's only God can do it. You're just like the people who don't worry to limit the amount of children them have and say, boy, God will provide. Just like them. So the so-called religious people are just like this so-called careless people. Just same way. Leaving everything up to God. Say one day God's kingdom will put everything right. God knows the wickedness we are going to hurt. The systematic wickedness of the raping and seizing of most of the resources on the earth, especially the land. A systematic thing. Look on all China. Nearly 100 years ago, the first big revolution take place to try solve the problem of the extreme exploitation of human beings. In a Russian revolution. Them never have the solution at all, you know, but they make an attempt. And many of the attempts was made before and many since. But the Russian revolution did look like it was going to be the first large attempt that looked like it really could have stand up. But what? The Russian Revolution, the communism is not a economic solution, you know. Communism was just a liberation philosophy, but never have no economic solution. So eventually it couldn't stand up. And furthermore, even within the communism, them have them ruling class, just like the capitalist ruling class, and just like the royalty with them say them overthrow. Same way. Just like how Gaddafi and others say them overthrow royalty, where they take them set up themselves back as royalty. Same thing. But as it's nearly 100 years ago that revolution took place, was one of the many attempts to try solve this problem of the super exploitation and systematic impoverishment of the mass of people in the world. So Kelly Tamlin know that she is part of a system that cruel and wicked, you know, and it can't go on so forever. But she know that just like with the so-called religious people, sitting down and talk about the kingdom of God will come correct everything. That is not the way neither. But little by little, you know, little by little, there's a hard core of defiant people in the world who will not bow to society and not bowing to the super rich and the systematic impoverishment of people around the world and the landlessness of people around the world. Not bow. But as time goes on, people will go on formulate ways how to get together and to solve them problem. And it is happening right now. But in the meantime, some people are something called lapdog and watchdog. You have people on news carrier. The Prime Minister, she don't listen to news. She have some news carrier carry news to her. And she have some watchdog who watch out for her and look out for her. Like some of them who are on the board of the housing trust. And she have some where them have the dog lash to keep the watchdog them in line. Dog lash or a dog leash. Like the chairman of the housing trust him is a dog leash or a dog lash to keep the watchdog in line. Look, we have a little piece of the impressions, minstrel and queen. Because they like a minstrel, like a people may run around and try sing nice thing to them queen, you know. And the queen feels so good for know that people are running around and sing to her. Minstrel and queen, the impressions from way back 1960s, straight.
Queen Majesty, may I speak to thee? So much I have longed to speak to you alone. I love you too.
Welcome back to Straight Up, and welcome to our callers, welcome to our texters, welcome to our listeners. Thank you very much. Good morning, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, sir, welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Smart.
Welcome, sir.
From the other day, I have a little thing I want to share with you. It's concerning me. Okay?
Concerning what?
Me?
You?
Yes.
Okay.
All this while, I'm living in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Wherever you're signing up a document, they ask you your nationality.
Yeah.
You say Jamaican. But I have kids overseas, and they ask for his and her nationality.
Yeah.
And what it wasn't the Caribbean. It wasn't Jamaica. It was Africa. So I'm wondering if this is the reason why they deal with us the way they deal with us, because we are not Jamaican.
Yes, sir, they are African?
Yeah.
Which country them live?
America.
Which country them born?
In America.
Oh, but who classify them as African?
The U.S.
So the people who are asking your children nationality is who? Is people who you're doing business with?
No.
Who?
To go to school in the U.S.
Oh.
They want to know their nationality.
Yeah. And nationality?
Yes.
No, who want to know them nationality?
The school board.
In America?
Yes.
Want to know them nationality?
Yes.
Or where them born?
In America, but I am a Jamaican.
And what them put down?
Africa white.
Africa white?
Yes, I don't get it.
Who put down that?
My wife. Because that's what's on the paper. You have Afghanistan, Pakistan.
No, listen here, listen. The nationality of them, if them born in the United States, their nationality is American.
No. That tricked me, because I thought it was. But after they asking for information, I get to know that though me as her father living in Jamaica, her mother living in the States, they were born in the States, but yet they classify them as Africa white. I don't get that.
Africa white?
Yes.
How the white come in?
Because her mother is white.
And this is a school, and you have seen this paper?
Well, I was seeing the paper.
No, could you tell me yes or no? Hold on, let me ask you again. Let me ask you again. Tell me yes or no. Have you seen this paper?
No.
All right. And how you telling me about this paper and you haven't seen it?
Because she was reading all the names that...
Okay, and like how it hard for me to believe. Was it easy for you to believe?
No, Mr. Smart.
And you swallow it and you telling me back on the program you do it hard for you to believe?
Because there's no way around it.
Yes, there's a way around it. There's a way around it. Ask her to send a copy of it for you.
Okay. If say the school don't take it, because it's only one sheet of paper,
yes.
so we never photocopy it,
Yeah, but there must be a way that you can get some copies of it. But I know that crazy things like this happen in America and Jamaica all over, you know. But no, you just listen now.
And she's a white woman.
Yes, but anyway, differently.
And
I know.
Thing, Mrs. Man.
Yeah.
And the outer many property.
Yeah.
I can't believe a person buy a property and don't buy the assets and the property.
You know that it depends if you have a thing named movable assets, you know.
Oh,
You
like
didn't know
concrete building and stuff. Concrete and stuff.
No, concrete building no movable. A board house that set on a that doesn't have a foundation going down to the earth. That is a movable asset. That's why them call it chattel house. In Barbados, them call them chattel house because them can't move.
But I heard about the great house. Is the great house a board house?
Don't seem so to me. I never heard of a great house being a board house in Jamaica.
So something is wrong. Because to me, you come like Digicel and the chip.
Yeah.
Boards and their procedure.
Alright, we can't go much further now, but thank you for your call. Anytime you get a copy of the paper, you call me back.
And I wouldn't mind you check it out to the
Yes, well then do that. But I have to go to another call. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Sir.
Welcome.
Yes, man.
Wagwan.
You know, I can't do one book. It's the out of the same mouth. Comment blessing of.
Comment what?
Blessing.
Blessing and curse, yes.
And why, let me refer that to you now, because you have some good argument this morning. Man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, and you curse sometimes, but you have some good argument this morning.
Yeah, and you curse sometimes?
Not, listen, man, Jerry. I'm saying, yes, man.
Oh, you curse sometimes? And you bless sometimes?
Yes.
That's why the word did say out of the same mouth come blessing and curse. Almost every mouth in the world is like that.
Yes, and it's a good argument. You had a good argument this morning about well, boy, one must limit the rate.
Rate of what?
That's not about the argument you had this morning, man.
You're afraid to talk it, the rate
production, man, production of yourself. And
production of children, you're afraid.
Yes,
it's not rudeness you're talking about. Why are you afraid to say it?
But you don't have to go over because you
don't have to wipe your mouth after you said those things.
So it's a good argument, but I remember, you know, in the 70s, we talk about two better than too many. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember the couscous?
Yes, a lot of people object. I myself used to object to that campaign.
Yeah, but you see the reality now.
No, it's not. That's not but I see the reality now. Hear this now. The same people was putting out that about two is better than too many. They refused to carry out the land reform that allowed the people them to have a living space. As a bunch of hypocrite them. You understand?
You got the question again. anyway, China, you know, China had the problem, you know, the problem of overproduction, overpopulation.
Yeah.
And after a while, them get to themselves and say, boy, we have to get a hold of ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how the country did it. The whole countries in the world.
Yes.
Realize because we can't go on. So.
Yes.
Anyway, that's enough for today.
Yes, and a lot of our people, they come and they swallow up other people's scripture, swallow up other people's teaching, and vomit it out back and repeat it. And because of that, them reading a book that you must have as many children as possible, and swallow it up and carry it on and say the word of God. That time I saw men. I saw women write it. Men and women write it. Lie.
All right, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, me a cuss though.
Listen, you know why you cuss?
Blessed art though.
You won't cuss.
Then I bless man. Blessed art though.
Good.
Man, me have to bless you and run you out.
Well, don't cuss. All right, good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Smart.
Welcome, ma'am. How you doing, ma'am?
Not bad. Mr. Smart.
Yes, ma'am.
What I don't understand, and this looks very contrary, you see?
Yeah.
If you have a NHT house,
Yeah.
the reason I'm saying this, I hear people come on the news and telling you this, telling you that. If, Carly say if you have 50 years to pay for it, and it takes 20 years, and things is not right, and you can't be able to pay for that house, and if you're going to NHT and ask them to revoke the time and extend the longer, give you a lower rate where you can manage. Then prefer to make you have that house until when the time comes, then take it from you and sell it. So how them are going to come tell people say, them are help people get house? How them are going to tell people say, we are going to lower down your rate. NHT is not going to take 3,000 or 2,000 off for your monthly payment. If they take off 200 or 500, next year, them say the insurance and everything go up and rate go up. It pass what them take off, right? So I want to know where these people come from if they not have no sense or if they not have no NHT house. And some of them, Mr. Small, who have NHT house and you hear them come and boast from you. A government to pay for that, you know.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing become a trickery where they're collecting a lot of money from people who will never get anything out of NHT. They deliberately continue to do it, collecting billions of dollars out of people who they will never have to give any benefit out of it, and then they use most of that $1 billion and set up and help people who are in the position to benefit. That's why you're the president of the Civil Service Association of Jamaica. He's a member of the board, and because the civil servant them will always be able to access NHT and get a house because the level of them pay. Him, the head of Civil Service Association, will never resign from that board, and them, the civil servant, will always be in agreement with the government, because that is part of the way how government pay them up. So when government freeze them wages and not pay them no more all 4 years straight, they find other ways like that to give them things out of your pocket, and you can't get no benefit. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Have a lovely day, sir.
Morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Morning, Uncle Jerry.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing fine. I just calling. I have so many issues. But first of all, don't you think that the Jamaica, instead of the GIS where no issues can go on, don't you think that the Jamaica should have a television and a radio station that the people fund, taxpayer fund it, so that when they are broadcasting things, they can instead of the TV and the DLP where you have to pay money to do things. You don't think we should have our own media that they call the taxpayer fund?
Yes, well, you have to organize that. If it's taxpayer going fund it, you have to organize. People have to organize that and secure it. Because they know that if it is organized through taxpayer money and government running it, you know what we have?
Next issue now. The man that called about the birth certificate and so forth. Why is this? I see a lot of persons, right, from Jamaica going to America to birth their child and then come back to Jamaica. Why are we doing this?
You don't know why they're doing it. Hold on. You don't know why they're doing it.
Well, I have an idea, but I think these people are senseless.
No, they calculate what they're doing and they do what they do. They know what they're doing.
Well, another issue, the last issue there.
You and me might not agree with it, but they know what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Last issue on this guy, because I want to put some point out, but I know the time limit, because I've been in the field and know that it's 3 minutes to give a call. Last issue now, the NHE. Yeah. And I want to let the Jamaican public know this. The NHE does not care for poor people or for people that work minimum wage.
All right, let's go for yes, okay, let's go for a break and come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you are saying, minimum wage people, they will take their money out. The housing trust will take away their money, but there is no provision for them.
No provision, Uncle Jerry, because look here, the persons that they are having the minimum wage salary for, it's for them big net. They will want people to wash them clothes and clean their dog shit in them yard. Sorry if that can't be used on the something there. But
I don't see why not, because it's not a bad word. But anyway, listen here now.
And to wash
a lot of poor people, what they do, and even middle income people, what they do, they join together. Mm-hmm. All 2, 3 brother and sister, 2, 3 friend, 4, 5 friend, join together and get some of these benefits. But because of that, a lot of time the people end up overcrowded, sometimes more than where they was living before.
But Uncle Jerry,
we only have 30 seconds.
I know that I don't have much,
go ahead.
In a civilized thinking. How she and first person to join together to get one of them little coup there.
Yeah.
That's why to resolve
that's why I know.
Completely, and those persons need to be prisoned for their hypocrisy.
Yes, but listen here, that's why the our foreparents were enslaved, and some of the people after slavery, from Paul Bogle to Marcus Garvey, have done a lot to drag us back to the situation where we should be, but it don't even gone halfway yet, and we have done hardly anything. And it is time. That's why I limit the time, We can't spend too much time talking. We must spend more time thinking and more time acting. Because it is time for the action to carry us further. Further than Marcus Garvey and further than Paul Bogle and further than the Maroons and the people. I can't stay any longer. Can't stay any longer. Thank you very much. Here, next call. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello. Welcome. Straight Up. Go ahead, please. Yes, go ahead, please. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Jerry.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, man. You're talking about that JPS lady.
Yeah.
Miss Kelly.
Kelly, yeah, you heard the interview?
No, I didn't hear the interview. I was station you wrote down.
On another radio station.
All right.
But we're not afraid. That's why you're free to search all about. You search all about too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to advertise anybody else's program here.
Yeah.
But although we mention them more, and them listen to it,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But one time I hear Miss Kelly say that,
What?
She would want the government, like the Prime Minister, to give her authority. That when she go to those houses where people stealing Quran, and they have the broad-faced television in their house, the government should give her authority to take away those televisions. Yeah.
And I would like the authority to go take away some of your white nation things, what them rob we over the years, where even she has a poor white benefit, because even the poorest of the white benefit little out of the robbery where the white nation them rob we.
Yeah, man.
So anytime them start take away people them flat screen out of them house, remember say the White House where I come from.
Because when me hear that man, it gets me vexed man, and see that like a maga white man I said.
The maganess of her have nothing to do there. The impertinence, which is like the impertinence of the China ambassador to Jamaica, that is what I'm looking at.
Yes, sir. When me hear she say that, and see like a maga white man.
Alright, we're done with that now. Done with that. Let's go to our next call, because with the maganess not coming out. Come out here with your maganess. Because wait, maga, it pop. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello. Morning, welcome. Straight Up. Hello. What happened to the rest of the call? Well, let us take some text messages and run the numbers, please. Yes. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Oh.
Welcome. Straight Up.
You, Jerry.
How are you doing, sir?
You want to see, let me call you what you should call you back, I never get no time, But me there, I'll listen to you way. And I say, from the first time, I did tell you, say, if we organize and centralize, that's supposed to be the key thing. Come set up a center on Gregor Park.
Why is it about Gregor Park?
Set a center in Gregor Park. That's what I'm going to tell you that already, the first time.
In Gregor Park? Why you choose Gregor Park?
Because there is where I am from, and you have to deal with your community.
Oh.
So, me to well then, boy, Jerry is a man where he's now, PMP we know the right thing, and we will move forward, we will get Jamaica together, everybody will come as one. So, Jerry I know, as a man where no history and thing, and him saying he can do a thing, move people forward. But then now me hear you, like you get angry and cross, and you start, like you get bad mind. And then now me hear you start say, boy, you tell the Prime Minister something and she not do it. So I say, oh, that's why you're going, so you get...
What did I say that I told the Prime Minister and she don't do it? What?
You never talk about what? You just say, you tell her something and she never do it, that's why you're vexed with her and really...
No, you mix up. So anyway, your MP over Gregor Park is Arnold Brown?
You're not,
I said if your MP over Gregor Park is Arnold... I am asking you this now.
No, you're not supposed to ask me no question.
Alright, next call. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello? Can't ask him nothing. Same like we can ask Arnold LeBron about the milliard phone bill. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Morning, Jerry.
How are you doing, sir?
Good enough. Well, good and not so good. Poor people in this country, you know?
Yes, sir.
Because between the government and the opposition,
yeah,
we only have poor people a kick between them like a ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Poor people.
Yes. Exactly so.
And the hurtful thing is, poor people are pay for all of them expenses.
All of them, both the opposition and the government.
Yeah. And them don't have one interest in the people's affairs.
Yeah.
More than who in power want to stay in power and who out of power want to get in.
Yeah.
And then when them do them wrongdoing, you hear the justification. Oh, the other one did do it.
Do it too. So it's a gang rape. You get a joke, and I have to get a joke too.
Yeah.
And you did joke.
Yeah.
And you did joke longer than me, and I come trying to catch up.
Yeah.
That's why I told you that the politicians have their political finger up of the anus of the Jamaican people.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the NHT have 100 and nearly $200 billion, you know.
Yes, sir. Never to be spent on poor housing.
No, that is loose money.
When I say poor housing, I mean on housing for the people, the most underprivileged.
Middle income either.
Yeah.
Right?
That is why the Civil Service Association had stick up in the NHT board to make sure that him, on behalf of his civil service people, get even what them can't afford.
But here you gone pan all the right thing there. Peter Phillips him now, for electoral purposes, where the civil service, where must be 140,000 of them, where about 60,000 of them need to go home.
Yeah.
Because them only sit down in the place in a air condition and get duty concession pan car and wait for the 25th.
Yeah.
Right? And upon poor people let them there.
Yeah.
And through the election now, nobody don't want to receive, to be sending them home.
No.
You can imagine me sit down in front of a woman for a register to see a doctor. And a woman come tell my brethren about take him outside and let him listen for his name.
Yes.
And when me I tell her, I say, boy, you can talk to me.
Yes.
She come tell me about, so she tell me sit down in
front of hold on, I can't stay long, but that's why half the time when me go in a civil service place, me tie on something by my tongue before, you know, and tie it all around to my little old back teeth, them, you know. That me not talk all certain thing when me go in there. I'm so sorry the time, short guy.
Give thanks, Jay.
Good morning and welcome to Straight Up, hello. Welcome, Straight Up, hello. Are you there? Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Small.
Welcome, sir.
And how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Well, I'm so glad. No, are you doing fine?
Yes, but I'm not eating a chicken patty like you.
No, I like chicken patty.
Yeah, rain a fall, breeze a blow.
Let me talk
your food out the door.
Two things I want to talk to you about. The first thing, you see, the other day, the outer many thing came in the public.
Yeah.
And a lot of people run up and down like headless chicken.
Chicken patty. No, like pattyless chicken.
Run up and down with it, talk about corruption, kind of crap and all kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see, now it is coming out in the light, Mr. Small.
Yeah.
That this attraction, the experience, is something that people with vision see. It's something that is to be in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Then that is the only one in Jamaica that depicts the life from pre-slavery, right up to modern time.
Yeah.
So them put in contemporary people like Usain Bolt and them, you know?
Yeah.
These modern type people.
The word is contemporary.
Contemporary.
Man, you bite your tongue.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
And now, because of the value, what it has to our history, you know, both educationally and recreationally, you know, we want to hold on it. We don't want it to go on the ground.
No. Like Rose Hall.
It is coming now.
Hold on, little. I only have 30 seconds, so give me a...
Let me give you...
No, let me give you a chance. No, go. Give me a chance now. You see, like how your regime want to change the buggery law?
Let me change the buggery law.
And legalize the buggery.
No, I'm not like that. I'm talking crap, my brother.
Look, you're joking, man. You're joking. But anyway, like how your party is the... No, like how your party is the gay lobby. They could, you laugh.
No.
The shoemaker, you could turn the shoemaker gully in a heritage cultural attraction.
That's small.
Have about the 10 year midline. Straight.
News Talk 93 FM. Heard everywhere.
Good morning with the latest headlines. I'm Kayla Wright. The Independent Jamaica Council for Human Rights, IJCHR, has blasted the Jamaica Labour Party JLP over its lack of interest in adopting the Caribbean Court of Justice as Jamaica's final court of appeal. According to the IJCHR, it is unacceptable that the Privy Council is inaccessible to the average Jamaican. The council says the Privy Council is expensive and could cost each party in the region of $9 million for a simple appeal. The strike by more than 100 medical technologists employed to the Blood Bank, the National Public Health Laboratory, and the Kingston Public Hospital has ended. The workers resumed duties shortly before 10 p.m. last night, following an 11-hour meeting at the Ministry of Labour. General Secretary of the Union of Technical, Administrative and Supervisory Personnel, St. Patrice Ennis, says a settlement was reached in the dispute over the non-payment of allowances. A Pakistani court has given the death sentence to 4 people for bludgeoning to death a pregnant relative who had married against their consent. 30-year-old Farzana Parveen was beaten with bricks and sticks in May outside Lahore's High Court. Police denied charges. They stood by as it happened. Parveen's father, brother, cousin and former fiancé were all found guilty of murder this morning, and another brother got 10 years in jail. And those are the stories making the latest headlines. News next at 11 o'clock. Stay tuned. Straight Up with Jerry Small continues. I'm Kayla Wright.
Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. Now, coming up, we're going to have a little interview with a nice young lady who is a representative of the past students of St. Hughes. And she's telling us about some activity of a special week that they have here. Started from 2 days ago, almost halfway down into the week. And then a little more, we expect to be speaking with a doctor from Ghana. A doctor from Ghana will be able to learn some things from him about the health situation there and some other things, would be quite relevant. And also he might be soon coming to Jamaica, but we don't know. We expect him to call. We're not going to call him. We're going to take a couple of phone calls from you in the meantime. Good morning. Welcome. Straight Up.
Sebastian, I'm Christman.
Yes, I. Wagwan.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is there a reason I did want to hold on the unity thing still?
Yes, sir.
Because I did have to say the unity, it needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I did I say now? Like how His Majesty say, to help him sing some song.
Yeah.
As for Bob Marley, I think Bob Marley did take that speech and make a hit with it or something.
Help him sing some song.
Yo, won't you help me sing some songs?
Or emancipate yourself from it.
Yeah.
That was actually a Marcus Garvey quotation.
Yeah.
But Bob Marley weave in everything together,
Give thanks for the correction.
Yeah, man.
So, him did a work out of the unity.
Yeah.
Valid. So where did I say then? Knowing that, well, I would look among the musicians them for the unity then.
Yeah.
Since as the war is not like a gun or a machete or stone war.
No, it's a war mostly of ideas, but
yes, we don't contain the heap of bloodletting as is the time now.
Yeah.
But where I did I look on still is, you know, make no sense to choose somebody to lead, like a male or a female.
No, leadership don't usually consist of one person.
Yeah, you have to be more than one.
Yeah.
And to the Ethiopian way of life, how I see the thing, as how it was presented, it would have been nice if it could be like a male and a female.
Exactly so. It's very, very good, much better.
Yeah. And
kind of relevant to call a little lady from St. Hughes here when I talk about some of those things. Go ahead.
Okay. Where did I look on, you see?
Yeah.
With the bird them, cause I have to take the inspiration outside of the world and then go inside of nature.
Yeah, live, yeah.
Yeah, and then now, when I look, cause normally the bird them come in to migrate from where them come from and come to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like say January, from now till January.
Yeah.
And go on back. And where I notice every year through the people them always shoot them off is like them have to build over their relationship every year.
Yeah.
And how they do it, you see, is to sing to them one another.
Yes.
Like a man bird would start singing way.
Yes.
And then a female bird now would hear the song and like it.
Yeah, she like that one.
Yeah, and then she now starts singing and then the man bird or whatever, vice versa, would hear the song from way across. So.
And voice it over.
Probably voice a different song to put with it too. You don't have to necessarily mean say the same song.
Then that.
And then now the thing would come together.
Yes, sir.
And then now the life would go on still.
Yeah, harmony.
Yeah, so I say to the musician them, because in a Jamaica now we kind of hard to find a good love song from the musician them. Most of the time what I normally do is to go like overseas, because I figure say the overseas musician them kind of, you know, more inclined towards this.
We're kind of short at time now, but what you're saying is quite true. But a lot of good love songs being made by Jamaican, you know, young people.
Well, I know.
Well, I can't go long. But the thing is this, that most of them not getting the exposure. It's mostly some of the inferior things get exposure, or some of those that is more rough and tough and violent and thing. But let us talk again soon. Let's talk again soon. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, man. Look like a whole lot of people eat chicken patty nowadays, eh?
Yeah, because rain a fall and breeze a blow.
Yeah. This morning here, when the Oliver Grant, for an interview, and my opinion, I'm convinced that this guy,
the chairman the president of the Civil Service Association.
Yeah, Oliver Grant.
I don't think it's Oliver, but it's some Grant or another, yeah, President Grant.
And me say, I convinced that this guy had doubled down to the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Before the Prime Minister said, look, I am your man. So, you know, him in a position, he might look to step up, because him said no matter what was the problem, he would have still voted for the thing.
Yes. And he made a similar action when the JUTC jacked up the fare the other day. And the civil servants and the elderly and quite a few groups came together and said that they're going to resist it and they're going to lead a demonstration against it. He was one of them. And by 2 days' time, he was one of them who bow and join, not only bow and withdraw support of the thing, but him start to talk on behalf of JUTC after a few days.
Yeah. And so then put the people them under the bus, because I think I never know anybody could have loved worship better than Lambert. I think he might try to eat out Lambert food.
Eat out Lambert food?
He might try to get in a Lambert food, man. And
no, man.
To put some cheap meat on the bone too when they might get Lambert.
No. He would have eat Lambert, what left?
What left? But boy, I tell you, I tell you, this morning when he tell me, he might try to get in a higher society.
Yes,
sir. So?
Yes, man. Them reach up. Them reach up and them will get them looking more rewards and you know.
Yeah. So and the thing I was opening this man about the people that we are wait on God.
Yeah.
And I say every day I look to myself say, okay, oh you wait for somebody. You're supposed to be doing works.
They are being conned.
Don't give up life and not talk about, you know, boy, we can't do no better, you know, no better. Just wait that. I go fix everything.
Yes, they are being conned. Some other human being write something and con them completely. It's like I wouldn't write something and say, I this, that and that and that. Thus said the Lord. And because I put thus said the Lord, people say, oh, God write it. And I get completely conned. But I really have forgot to. I can't.
The Bible,
I can't stay no longer.
You give me the Bible, you know, and then when you give me the Bible, you realize that.
No, but I can't.
The Bible kind of take the edge off a wheel.
Yes, I forgot now.
Use the Bible.
Yeah, I really have forgot. Call me back again, little more, because I have two guests here, and but just what you say is quite right. I agree with most of what you say. Thank you very much. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up Hello. I don't think we can take any more than this one here. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up Hello. Morning, welcome, Straight Up.
Hello, morning.
Welcome, go ahead, please.
Yeah, man, you hear me?
Yes, sir, welcome.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah.
You know what, no, you see that gentleman there before this one, that call from Trelawney there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one, that call before Garnet.
Yeah.
Them can't sit behind them nose, you know. You know, anything the PMP does is okay with them.
Yeah.
You know, because they were out of the trough and they had not even fish scale, but the scale of the ship over them eyes so they can't see. You know? Now, I was listening to the news, I think on TVN last night.
Yeah.
You know, where they play another version of the previous Miss Portia, you know, with the Ideal Group of Company issue.
Oh yes, Miss Bennett, yes.
Yes, Miss Bennett, and I was trying to make a comparison with what is going on there now, known by Trelawney out of many one.
Yeah.
And make a comparison with Ideal, and I was trying to figure out which one was more important and more beneficial to the nation. Are you following me?
Yes, I'm following you.
Yes, and I've seen education of the young people, which is much more beneficial than wasting taxpayer money there with no hope of making any profit. That is my one little analysis.
All right, well, hear me. Yeah, well, hear me now.
Yes, sir.
It is disgusting, you see, to say the least. It's disgusting to say the least. What politicians and the powerful and the rich join together and do in their interest and, and against the interest of the people. But I don't know if you will agree with me. I kind of doubt you will agree with me.
No, go ahead.
I don't finish talk. Hold on. I doubt if you will agree with me that the JLP is neither a solution to the needs of the people of Jamaica that are far overdue, especially the landlessness of the people. The people,
I must agree with you.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. The reason being, you know, there's a lot of Jamaicans that are presently landless.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with you based on that. I am not biased, you know. I have to call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
You know, and anything that is beneficial to us as Jamaican and not carrying us down as Jamaican and throwing us underneath the bus like someone said this morning, I have to support that.
Yes.
You understand me, sir? But you have a lot of Jamaican that is presently, you know, and currently supporting this administration. There's nothing that this administration does that they ever acknowledge the mistake that they made. Everything is perfect for them consistently, and they're in denial.
Okay.
And I heard the one from Trelawney saying that running around like headless chicken.
Yeah.
And I want to know who's headless chicken except these people.
Yes, okay. Listen.
You know, it's unbelievable to hear.
Yes, but
because if Miss Portia is there, and Miss Portia doesn't even know what is going on.
Yes. Okay, thanks a lot here, sir. We have to really rush it because we're kind of gone over the time. We're supposed to be getting a call from Ghana. Have we got that call from Ghana? No, not yet? All right, I'm going to introduce now from the St. Hughes Past Students Association. Miss Angela Rosalie. Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Mrs. Angela Rosalie. How are you doing, ma'am?
I am great.
I noticed that you have on a dress that is reminiscent of the St. Hughes uniform of the 60s, but you weren't there that time.
No. I was a class of 80.
Yeah, that means you used to wear blue and yellow and...
No, man, green.
Blue? Green too?
Yeah.
When was the change over?
It was shortly after, I think. Mm-hmm.
I know as a caller earlier said about leadership and ideas. It is so much greater when leadership is provided by a group of enlightened people rather than one person. And he went further and said it is much greater when it is provided by a distribution of male and female idea bearers. Why I said that just teasing because you know that St. Hughes is a female counterpart of Kingston College. See a KC man here too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But we need a balance.
Yes, I know, because the debate came up recently about KC deciding to exclude, which is their right.
Yes.
Deciding to exclude females from certain of their functions, not all of their functions. Yeah. But like Mr. Keith Gardner came on just yesterday and was urging that KC change it, and I was recommending St. Hughes. That's how I came to mention the St. Hughes Past Students Association. You're having a week of what?
Yes. This week we are celebrating our 115th anniversary.
Yeah.
So the homecoming week actually started on Monday the 17th. Yeah. So it's from the 17th to the 23rd until Sunday.
So St. Hughes actually started in 1899?
Yes.
Yeah, from the 19th century. so the homecoming week.
Yes. So we started out on Monday with our Founders Day devotion.
Yeah.
You know. So
where was that?
It was on the school compound.
Yeah.
All right. And actually this morning they might just be finishing up. No, we had the award ceremony where we really honored the outstanding achievements of the present students.
Yeah.
Right. So that should be wrapping up around now.
And you have some awards for past students, no?
Yes. I'll get into that. Let me tell you now. So tomorrow, Thursday, we have a tour of the school. So past students, the overseas students will be here. They'll have a tour of the school, and then they go out for an outing at Fort Clarence. So we have
present students or past students?
Past students, right? And then in the
only females will be there
tomorrow
at Fort Clarence.
Yes.
No males allowed to come to Fort Clarence.
We're not excluding them. They can. They are invited.
But they must be properly attired, though.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, definitely,
yeah.
Definitely. And then.
So, but this thing at Fort Clarence tomorrow, any females may come, any past students.
Yes, the past.
So there's no contribution.
Yes, there is a contribution.
That's
of $4,000 for entry and transportation.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And when you go in, you'll be fed?
Purchase meal at the beach.
So the $4,000 is for transportation and...
Yes, and the entry fee.
And
the entry fee. All right, and then in the night at 9, we're having a girls' night out.
That's when? Tomorrow?
Yes, at the deck.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So
the deck is on Trafalgar Road?
Right, on Trafalgar Road. No entry fee, of course.
Who playing?
I am not sure. I'm not sure who plays.
Yeah.
Who plays?
Well, the deck usually have very good music.
Yeah, man. Usually, we come fellowship and everything. Friday morning, no. The past students will convert on the school. We're having a career day rap session where we will be adopting different forms and really just having a one-on-one interaction with the girls, talking about career choices, personal development. There will be a session on etiquette. So really we're about empowering our sister swans, our baby swans. And in the evening there will be a special welcome reception, a private affair for our overseas alumni. And in fact, I really just wanted to...
In the evening, what? What day will be in the evening?
Welcome reception.
Where?
It's a private affair. So, yeah. And then on Saturday now is our banquet, and all are invited, all our KC guys. Yes, right. And really, we will be honoring a number of our past students. We have 3 different categories, six people will be honored. So we have the honorees, which are past students of the school who have achieved excellence in their field at local, regional, or international level. And this year we're honoring Mary Wells for her work in television and film production.
Yeah, we're in Jamaica?
No, international, overseas. Pat Wright, cosmetologist, fashion designer, spa director, and Dr. Jennifer Mambi Alexander, a doctor, award-winning author, hair loss clinic. She's based here in Jamaica. We also have the Fidelitas Award. That will be awarded to Dr. Susan Turpin-Mayer. She's a dentist. She has done extensive work in Jamaica and in the U.S. We have a special humanitarian award this year as well for Juliet Rotherham Moody, who has really been involved in the welfare of the present students. I mean, Juliet goes above and beyond to ensure, that they have their smarter cards are updated.
For the bus.
Yes,
yeah.
Right. So she will be honored for that. And we also have a special award for Tina Baz Williams. She has contributed substantially to the science lab at the school. Of course, our guest speaker will be our distinguished past student, Faye Ellington. Broadcaster. And entertainment will be by another past student, Sound of Joy, Joy Simons Brown, who has been on All Together Sing. Right. Tickets are available at Spa Aesthetique, Sovereign North, or from Janet Barrett. And I can give you Janet's number. Janet Barrett. Yes.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
was she at Michael?
I am
not at Michael Hostel.
I'm not sure. But Janet's number is 340-6068 or 864-1924. So again, tickets are available from Spa Aesthetique and by calling 340-6068 864-1924. And then we round out the week on Sunday morning with our church service. All are invited at St. Luke's Church starting at 10:30. And I'll be singing.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Solo?
No, my daughter is also a past student, so we'll be singing together.
Like a duet?
Yes.
Singing, that's right. That's at St. Luke's?
Yes, St. Luke's Church on Sunday morning starting at 10:30.
Yeah. There is something I was trying to remember, but the other thing that I do remember is that you haven't told us how much for the banquet tickets, where the banquet will be.
$7,000, $65 per person. The banquet is at the Pegasus Hotel, starting at 6:30. Cocktails at 6:30.
Night?
Saturday, 22nd of November.
Oh yeah. It's a good thing. Yesterday I gave a wrong date because I think I was told that it was the 29th, and I gave a wrong date.
This weekend.
It's a good thing we were able to come in early.
Yes, the 22nd.
So the only event in this homecoming week that the public will be able to support is the banquet.
Yes.
Yeah.
$7,000.
Yeah, and males are more than welcome.
More than welcomed.
Yeah.
We love having our...
So where are you going? You pay at the gate?
No tickets will be available at the gate. So
but you're going to cheat yourself out of some revenue there, no? Because there are some people going to find it very difficult to connect to it before Saturday night.
Yes, Saturday.
You're going to cheat yourself.
All right, so we have numbers you can call Janet. And
that's a complicated way. Why is it no payment at the gate? Some people just don't have the time.
Well, that is true.
I wonder if people take a chance and come if you're really going to refuse them 65 years.
We want them to do it before and prepare for it. So we're really not encouraging anybody to just turn up.
Yeah. And so that is Saturday night.
Saturday,
and the banquet starts what time?
6:30. We have cocktails and dinner starts at 7.
Pegasus
Hotel.
Yeah.
Tickets again are available at Spa Aesthetique, Sovereign North, or from Janet. 340-6060.
What year did St. Hughes move to? What's the name of that road? Leinster Road?
Leinster Road. You carry me into the history of all of that. I don't remember. When I started at Leinster Road.
Yeah, I know more than you. Because it started across the road.
Yes.
Over at where? It over at one of the premises of the Anglican Church that was across the Caledonia. Yes. And I think you had Deaconess House,
right?
Where the female clergy of the Anglican Church were trained and where them used to live and things, and that's where it started.
In fact, our current principal, she past students and she's Deaconess Cunningham.
Yeah.
Well, So we're keeping it in the family.
Yeah. And plenty of my family passed through St. Hughes. Plenty of the female members of the family passed through St. Hughes.
Our motto really is Fidelitas, and
what that mean?
Loyalty.
Yeah, faithfulness. Yeah, and why is it swan?
Yes.
Why is the swan the emblem?
I mean, the swan is a graceful bird, and if you look at the history of the swan, it is one of the most faithful creatures.
What is a faithful, I mean?
I mean, in terms of when you look at how they interact in their own community.
I think them mate for life. Don't they are monogamous?
Yes.
Eh?
And you don't find many of that around.
Eh?
Yes.
No. Well, all right. Thank you very much for having been here. I hope you have reached some people who are interested. At least 10, 20 more tickets. And
right. So again, remember, Spa Aesthetique, Sovereign North, Janet Barrett.
That's where you are?
No, I am not at Spa Aesthetique.
What do you do?
Me? Yeah. I am in to.
Oh, Janet Barrett is at Spa Aesthetique.
No, Janet is at UTEC.
Oh.
Gaudia Shivans.
Yeah.
She another past student.
Yes. What do you do?
Oh, I am in marketing education.
We do.
Knowledge Works Consulting. We are the Caribbean distributors for the management programs offered by Harvard Business.
Okay. That's Miss Angela Rosley. Mrs. Angela Rosley, past student at St. Hughes. Students Association.
Thank you so much for
the
opportunity to share.
Yes, ma'am. Telling us about their homecoming week and the banquet especially on Saturday night at Pegasus. $7,000 is the ticket. And males are especially welcome, especially males of Kingston College.
Oh, yes.
All right, straight up. Yes, welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. Now, we did get that call from a doctor in Ghana, but he was to call back at 10:30. We haven't got him back yet. We're still looking forward to that. We're going to read some of your text messages. Good morning. First one. True, Mr. Jerry. Them have too much kids. Too good topic. I don't say it's too many, I say that people not providing for them and not planning ahead. And therefore, that's why then we have too many for the resources where them provide. You must provide for your children. You must provide for your children. You. Not anybody else. You must provide for your children. Next one. Both male and female. The two of them must provide for their children. No matter how poor you are, you must provide for your children. Next one. Jerry, did you see the behavior of Carl Bradshaw on CNN's Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown? Try to quiet fishermen speaking out about Winifred Beach. Well, Carl Bradshaw, my brother from a long time. And if he did that, that would be disgraceful. Because we heard that they would be at Winifred Beach, and that's one of the main attractions of this whole feature, why a lot of people tune into it. I myself heard Cabo and IRFM give us the information. That's why everybody was interested. Anyone could have my best friend try to quiet the fisherman them speaking out about Winifred Beach. Look here. We don't come for bow to no society and serve no society. And promoting society over and above the needs of the people who have been owed so much. Next one. Morning, Bongo. Keep up the good work. One love. Thank you very much. Next one. Morning, Jerry. What is the easiest way of becoming a Canadian citizen? I know, some I know. I don't know. Next one. Please explain what the kingdom of God is. Well, the kingdom of God is a concept from way back in history of, I think it's more than one set of religious people have that concept. The concept of the creator of life taking control of the affairs of man and woman on earth. It's a concept. So one day the creator going to take control of the affairs of man and woman on earth. That's about it. Anybody else having a better explanation? Welcome to call in and discuss. Next one. Jerry, people can use system to try and enslave others, but when we breed up the women and we don't support our children, we have enslaved ourselves. Double enslave, I agree. Double. Not only that, you enslave your children. You enslave your children, of course, when you do that. Next one, Uncle Jerry. Why the lady that owned Iron Grill needs so much security around her? I saw her on front page of the Glen yesterday. Now, one of our places was reported to be on fire, and she was making her way to the place, and some security around her. I wouldn't have no objection to that. Most likely it's all private security we should pay for too. And if it was even police, I wouldn't have no objection in an emergency for police to be accompanying somebody to a place where they might need to go through fast and crowd impede them and probably loot a start, don't want the one to come, all kind of thing. I don't know. Next one. Why is it that when children lose their bus card, you have to pay $500 to get back one? It's really difficult. Well, it was meant to be difficult. I think it is meant to discourage you from losing a bus card. And many measures, sometimes disciplinary measures have to be punitive. In other words, they have to be punishment. In order to maintain or introduce discipline, sometimes the form of discipline have to be punishing. Penalty, the word punishment come from penalty. All them come from the same place. Punishment, penalty, punitive. It must cost you. I don't agree with every measure like that, but that is the idea. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello? I'm so sorry for missing that one. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Morning, Jerry.
Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
How well?
Been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen to your throne speech this morning.
Throne speech?
Yes, T-H-R-O-N speech.
I'll joke here, man.
Sometimes, when you speak in the morning, sometimes you remind me of some artists,
Artists?
Yeah, when they say like a musician, when them say them try hard and write some music and say, yes, and they hit this,
Oh, yes.
And sometimes, and they hit that night, they go sing with them fool around in the bathroom and that one.
Oh, all right.
And sometimes you don't speak them take off,
Well, all right. So, some of the things I remember saying when me in my bathroom, it not fit for your play.
Like this morning, I like it, you were talking about the rights of mankind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, and it's really true, Just to say that nearly 40 years ago, so, why some people are so miserably poor.
Yes.
And others exaggerately rich,
Yes.
And that is true,
And some man bestride the earth like a colossus. Why, you're a real literature man.
Yes. I sorry for Lambert Brown, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah,
because he's a spin doctor, right?
Yeah.
And, how things look so good for him side. So,
but as him say him back broad and him not care.
Yes, me know, but...
Him back broad and him come from some broad boil.
I listened to him about 15 minutes yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was spinning like hell, man. And, I really sorry for him because I know that he's duty bound,
Yes.
Yeah, man. So,
they are the watchdogs of the Prime Minister.
Yes, I know that. You will have the inventor of the Prime Minister and he has to be the one.
Yeah, and Latouche.
Yes,
Latouche used to be in the Labour Party.
I know.
When you leave the Labour Party and go over in the PNP, you have an extra perform,
Yes. But tell me something, today's not nomination day in Westmoreland. Right?
I'm not even sure. Don't that pass already? I think that passed,
I thought it was today.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, all right, sir.
Well, thank you very much for that, dear sir. I think we now have the prevalent. I'm going to say privilege. I never know whether it's a privilege or a pleasure. So I talk about prevalent. I think we now have our brother with us, a doctor from Ghana. I know him as Knii Lante. I don't know what him. I know him as Knii Lante because I'm also to be an artist, you know. Good morning. Are you there, sir? Is he there? Good morning. Are you there? Or that he was there and connected, or what is it? All right, let's run the numbers. I want to straighten out something. For straight up, we have a choice of numbers. 702-3470. 702-3470. 702-2585. 702-2585. 977-7638. 977-7638. Toll free line 1-888-991-5155. Toll free 1-888-991-5155. Digicel number 618-1823. Digicel 618-1823. All straight lines. Text line 899-7657. Text line 899-7657. We also stream live at www.newstalk93fm.com. www.newstalk93fm.com. Sorry about that mix-up. We're still confident that we're going to get this connection. Good morning. Welcome. Straight up. Hello. Are you there? Not there?
Yes, hi, morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, welcome. Welcome. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm well. I think Cleveland should answer that question about God's kingdom, so maybe he wants to call in and explain exactly.
Cleveland.
Yes.
Cleveland is the person who always talk about them thing there?
Yes, he defended it the other day when the lady was asking a question about churches and so on.
Oh, it's not Lepi?
No, man, it's Cleveland.
Cleveland, eh?
But if it's not Cleveland, I must apologize to him because I know he normally stressed that persons are not supposed to call his name up and in any way or form. So if it's
because he must not take the Lord's name in vain.
I would think so, but I think he can answer that question.
Yeah. So how are you doing? What are you thinking about?
Nothing really. I agree when you mentioned about people having children.
Yeah.
And also I like your opening statement this morning. It sounds like an essay. What I gather from it, I think, based on the thesis statement, it could match into people ensuring that they are prepared. You must plan. I think your statement would be you must have a plan.
Yes, I think you would agree that when people get hope, when something happens in your life that gives you some hope, you find yourself start to plan more than when you're hopeless.
That is true, and you're more motivated.
Motivated, yes.
Yes, that is so true. That is so true.
It's funny, but it's funny. It seems like it don't seem logical, but fortunately, I think it's true.
Yes, it is. But also, education is important, and I think that will help to take us out of poverty.
What does I say? The word help. There's so much you can do to educate yourself until you get the chance to be educated by others. There's a lot you can do.
Yes, I would agree.
Well, thank you very much, here, ma'am.
You too.
I'll go for a break. Yes, welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. I'm going through. Good morning and welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Yes, Jerry, we are safe.
Fine, thank you. Wagwan.
Everything all right?
No complaint.
Okay, sir. What the thing this man? I hope you will allow me.
Yeah, man.
Mrs. Tamlin and the acting public defender.
Oh, yes. Wow.
You heard his recent release yesterday or the day him after the press conference on Monday?
What was it, about JPS?
No, man, I'm talking about the public defender now.
Oh, I think it's Miss Tamlin.
I call her name to you, the acting public defender.
Yeah, man, the statement about
what the policeman and the
yes, man. Yeah, man, disgraceful.
Yeah, in combined to Mrs. Tamlin, I said, they may say take 2 foreigners to come and expose the underbelly of Jamaican politics.
Yeah, I think Mr. the public defender is probably a Jamaican descendant anyway, you know.
No, sir, I'm not a Jamaican, man. That talk like, sorry.
No, man, I think him grow, I think him grow in England.
They don't know, say, man, he has an African name, so we welcome him still, you know.
But you are
everybody, especially our politicians, the parliament, you know. And you were talking about the housing trust and the NIS. Nothing wrong with them, you know, Mr. Smart. We're not getting issue representation from the parliament.
What me say about NIS?
NIS and housing trust are two good inventions that, you know.
You hear me saying thing? You
want to start minding those, you know.
Yes, you hear me saying thing about NIS since morning?
Alright, man.
But when them bring in NIS, you know, when the Labour right them, they bring in NIS, your party, they'd say a sin, you know.
The Labour party says nothing about them too, you know, so.
Oh, you tit for that?
Like the Petro Carib thing, the Labour party never up to it, but they are nice and welcome.
But me can't bother any tit for that, no, can't make a stammer.
I know, you have a point, but yes. So Mrs. Tamlin, look for even personal request, so the lady from Trinidad now.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, she was that's 3 and a half years in Jamaica for 10 years.
Of course, she was here long time.
Imagine where she was saying at the quiet about the Jamaican politician and our counterpart.
Can you imagine?
From both sides. No, if you do something has to be done, man.
No, tell me something. Give me an imaginary comment by Kamala about them our counterpart. Give me an imaginary comment.
No, sir. No, Mr. I can move on to something else, man.
Move on then, man?
Yes, sir. I want to move on to the one now. So Mr. Keith Gardner was on a program yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And he was trying to make you know that they are Casey old boys and Casey old boys.
Yes.
So he doesn't fall in the category of any other member who use women as beard or cover.
No.
While them true object is them companion way back when as Carlin Cooper is implying.
No.
Seems to be implying.
Yeah,
it seems to be implying, and I don't want you to, you know, because you do that, you know.
Yeah, so.
Seems to be implying.
Yes.
They use women as cover or beard. So Mr. Trinity is making notes about he doesn't fall in that category there, despite the fact that he's a Casey old boy.
Yeah, is what I'm saying again, while their companion slept. Which group of people that again?
Yeah, but that look around not fit in yourself.
Actually, you don't remember. You don't remember it and you try to cover it.
And we stand careful not attained by such fly.
Yes,
why they company separate riding through the night, they don't fit in a where I live there.
No, you don't know what fit from what not fit from.
So the girl that way gave the hurdle to surmount to say she has found a new somebody now, you know.
Which girl that?
The girl where you say if she want to be one of your conquests, she's supposed to hold power, but she has to surmount.
If she want to be
another program yesterday, I just see found somebody knows.
Oh man, you gossip like you gossip about Bill Cosby.
I'm not
You're gossiping about Bill Cosby.
Anyway, you take care.
You take care. Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Where man can't quarrel, man. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, Jerry.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Go ahead. You have to be very careful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because you're interfering with me women folk. Them are doing that.
Yeah, man. You know me that, man.
What?
When I talk about the public offender.
Public offender.
Public defender is a Jamaican, you know.
Yeah.
He was born in Clarendon, Lionel Town.
Yeah.
But it seems like he grew up in Africa.
England.
Africa, Jerry. Africa.
Which part of it? Who tell you that?
Well, he tell me that.
Him tell you that?
Yeah. I'm him born in a Lionel Town, Clarendon. I'm tackling one day on the program and I asked him, how him talk like African, sir?
Yeah.
And he said him never see a black man who is not African.
Him don't talk like African. He talk English, but him name is African.
His name is African.
Him talk like the old time public defender. Him talk like Mr. Witter.
No, man.
I think I was Mr. Witter, so I changed him name.
I see where the JLP have to fund some money to pay for those damage bots with their member damage. And the way going to the conference and from the conference.
Who that? Garnet Rover charge him for it? Eh?
I don't know who.
Garnet Rover charge him for damage PNP bus.
I don't know which one are the person at the JUC.
Then how JLP can rent PNP bus to go to conference?
They say they paint up the bus them and damage the bus.
The shoemaker gully No, I couldn't say them have a right for
And it has cost them more than $60,000.
Yeah.
The same man in jail.
So where you there up now? You there up a shoemaker gully?
No, man. Me downtown, man.
Downtown? You gone downtown?
Yeah.
Till later?
Yeah, man.
Alright, later. Good morning. I'm not going to be seeing you later neither. You later you go back uptown. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, me. How are you? Yeah. Same way.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. I want to say as you put me on, so right now, if you sleep, come in and come tell me about a 1 minute, me have to call.
Yeah, Miss Tamlin?
But you know, me also talk about JPS, I know, before credit cut off Mr. Small.
Yeah.
Me keep wondering about the name JPS, you see?
Yeah.
Which means Jamaica Public Service.
Yeah.
Is it a Jamaican company and it is really public service?
I don't think it's a Jamaican company. I'm not sure. No, I don't think it's a Jamaican company.
But me keep wondering why they use Jamaica. It's just to market it?
No, well, from them farm it up, and them used to run the tram car, you know. When tram car, the train run in the middle of the road in a town.
Tram car?
Tram car. Ever hear about tram car? Tram car. No, the train. Boy. You don't know train. Them have a thing named trolley. They used to have, before bus come in, they used to have a trolley, a train that running in the middle of the street that used to run from downtown to Papine and from downtown to Constant Spring. That was a public transport that time. Are you there? Or the lady cut him off? Anyway, I think it's JPS used to run it from that time. Or the same company that used to run the tram car, the same company that turned into JPS a little more. Good morning, welcome, Straight Up. Is this our doctor? No, good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello? No, we have some text messages here. First one, morning, Jerry. As that brother was saying, the saying, the birds sing and the other birds join in singing, but you have a group of birds. When these birds sing, it's to warn other birds to flee for safety. One love. That sound logical, coming from Rowan Scratch. Thank you very much. Next one, big up to Wang in Knii, Portland, coming from Romaine. Wang. I wonder if I the new Wang name. But big up to Wang in Knii, Shantimi or Chantilly. Shantimi, Portland. We know Chantilly. Coming from Romaine. Next one. Morning, Jerry. It's like Lambert and the PNP one, then why the fuss? Why we are fussing at them business? Are people at them pot on fire? Okay. Sound like a Nancy. By the way, tomorrow we will be broadcasting from the Anansi Sound Splash. I understand at Louis Bennett. At the Louis Bennett Theatre. Next one. The public defender changed his name. So he said, oh yes, he changed his name. Okay, great. Yes, him have African consciousness, him change his name. We admire that. Let's run and well, we might not have to run the numbers. We're running numbers because we have enough time for one more short phone call before the news. But let us see if this is it. Good morning. Welcome. Straight Up, hello. Good morning. Yes, welcome, sir. How are you doing?
Yes, bless my brother. You know, sir, I have to say big up to Garnet and to Wanga God.
Yeah.
Because all the knowledge that they possess and still support one of the party.
Yeah.
I noticed when you touch the very law, him run.
Him run? Where
yeah, because...
You catch him with them pants down? Catch him with them pants down?
Yeah, man. My personal opinion is that.
Okay.
You see, the law that they're bringing, they was talking about the other day when they mentioned that I agree that a man can rape his wife.
Yeah.
But when they brought up that law the other day, I was discussing that law.
Yeah.
If you look at it carefully,
that
is the same law that they are using to legalize buggery in Jamaica.
Same law.
Yes. Just look at it closely and you'll see that what they're actually doing now is attaching it to the same thing. Because yes, it is illegal for a man to rape his wife.
Yeah.
But they might bring it to the youth, like they use the word partner, and bring in so you can rape him that way as well, because there is no law on the book where you can rape a man now, you know.
So the only law is against buggering a man.
Right. Which is already illegal. So if you go and say no,
but
it is illegal for a partner the bugger his partner without consent, then it means consent is legal.
Well, I'm not sure about those wording, because although you are using that wording, I'm not sure if that is the wording that is used in the law, and I'm not sure that is the wording is used in the legislation. But anyway, we have to go to the 11 a.m. headline news. Here, sir. Another time of reason. Good morning. 11 a.m. headline news. Straight up. Yes, good morning and welcome back to Straight Up. We're down into the third hour of our program. We're going to play a piece of music, but I'm not going to play it, Jamaican music. We usually play something. But I hear that we have finally connected with our expected guest, Mr. What is it his proper name? Mr. Knii Lante. I know that is his artistic name, but he's a doctor, and that's what we want to talk to him about. Is he there? Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you are in Ghana?
Yes, I'm in Ghana, Accra, Ghana.
Yes, I became acquainted with you one time before. Were you in Jamaica? I'm trying to remember how I became acquainted with you.
Yeah, I think that was when I came to do the album launch.
Okay. Now you're a doctor, right? And you're a medical doctor. What kind of medicine you specialize in?
Well, I do. I'm a specialist in internal medicine and therapeutics. So I basically do the part of medicine that doesn't deal with surgery.
Yeah.
So if someone has like asthma or has HIV or has cancer, those are the kind of things I deal with. Okay.
Now, is Ghana experiencing part of this Ebola outbreak?
No, not at all. Ghana hasn't experienced anything like that yet.
But being in Africa, you would be familiar with what precautions are being taken by Ghana?
Yes, I am. I know, for example, that the first thing is enough education for the public on how to on basic sanitary measures. Keep washing your hands as often as you can, using hand sanitizers as often as you can, reporting as early as you can whenever you have a fever. If you had a contact with someone who's had Ebola before or has traveled recently to any of the countries that have declared Ebola, so we're talking about Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the USA.
The USA is included in that list?
Yeah, I mean, virtually now the Ministry of Health says in any country that has recorded a case of Ebola, you should take people who come from there who have a fever seriously.
Yes.
So I guess as a doctor I would.
Yeah. By the way, as I asked before, but I don't remember what the answer was. Is the name that you use as a doctor, is it the same Knii? The same Knii? What is it? What is the stage name again? Knii Lante? Knii Lante.
And then Lante, yes.
Okay, so as a doctor, you are known as what? Doctor what?
Blankson. Knii Lante Blankson.
Blankson. Okay, yes.
Blankson is my surname.
Family name. Okay.
Yeah.
You studied in Ghana?
Yeah, I studied in Ghana.
Yeah.
And I did the West Africa College of Medicine.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the West Africa College of Physicians as well.
Okay, yes. Okay, now, so as you said, there is screening takes place as far as the people traveling into the country, right? And that screening is done where? At the airport, or you check the list of the people traveling on a plane that you get before, or do you wait until they disembark?
It's done at the airport after they've come off the flight.
Yeah. And
they get into the main airport building. And just before they enter and start intermingling with people within the airport, that's where it's done.
Yeah.
And then also it's done at the borders. The the borders of the country.
Yeah.
And the screening takes place along those places as well.
Yeah,
but in West Africa, you know, there are so many unapproved routes.
Yes.
That people sometimes use.
Cross over the border.
From one country to the other.
Yes.
So, you know, there's always the possibility that someone could slip in, you know, through an unapproved route and then introduce the infection.
Yes. But in the case of the airports and the seaports, if someone is trying to deceive the officials, how do you detect deception in terms of where have you been last and this, that, and that? How I'm trying to figure.
What we do is we do some triaging or we have a questionnaire, you know, and you're asked questions, and well, we hope that you the person answering the questionnaire understands that, I mean, this disease is of major concern to the country, and you would give truthful answers.
Yeah.
But that said and done, I mean, if you ask somebody, do you have a fever? He says, no, I don't. He may have a fever and say, no, I don't, because he's afraid that you'll be quarantined and things like that.
Yeah.
Have you traveled to any of these countries? No, I haven't. Have you? I mean, there's a limit to how sure you can be.
Yeah.
So what we then do is we have these thermometers which we use, which is just an additional step.
Is it a thermometer? Is it the type of thermometer? Is it the type of thermometer that you insert into the mouth?
No. These are like they use rays. So you stand behind, maybe some distance away from the patient, and just point the rays at the patient's forehead.
Yeah.
And then it writes the temperature.
Oh yes.
You know, and in some of the airports, I understand. I'm not sure about the Accra airport. There's also this facility where people walking. I mean, you have the same kind of technology, but it's able to read so many people's temperature at the same time.
Oh yes, how come?
So,
how can it read? How can it read? How can it read more than one person's temperature at the same time?
Well, I guess that's what I'm not too sure about, but I hear there's that technology where, I mean, it beams. If you have a crowd of 5 people, it can still beam and record each individual's temperature separately.
Oh yeah.
And they can pick.
Oh.
It can pick, you know.
Oh, I understand. They eliminate and zone in.
Exactly. Sure.
Talking about that, this would require some personnel, some training of personnel. So how is training of personnel going in Ghana? Training of personnel that are not strictly medical personnel, but training of personnel who are going to help isolate and minimize the exposure.
Well, yeah. What's happening here is that it's now an interministerial thing. So it's not only the Ministry of Health, but the ministry in charge of immigration,
security,
customs, you know, and all these ministries are now interlinking.
Yeah.
And they are taking through some basic training. We have trainers who come from the Ministry of Health who train these officials, immigration officials, about how to ask the questions and what to do when you find out that someone is a suspected case of Ebola.
Yeah. So, are there centers, like you as a doctor, have you been made aware of centers to which any suspected case would be transferred?
Yes. Right now, Ghana has 1 completed center, 2 are being constructed in the northern sector, and I think the middle sector as well. But in the southern sector, we have, and in the southern sector is where we have most of the economic activity. That's where the capital is.
Near the coast?
And, I mean, in Ghana, I'm talking about Ghana.
Yeah, but near to the coast?
Near the coast.
Yeah.
So that's where we have a center that is ready for any eventuality.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, we still don't have a case yet. A case hasn't been declared in any of our immediate, bordering countries. So Ivory Coast hasn't declared a case. Burkina Faso hasn't declared a confirmed case, and Togo hasn't either. So we hope we are sort of insulated.
Yes. Now, in the case of somebody who either wants to escape detection or who is identified and detected, but they might not have known before, they get alarmed, they come into your country, they get alarmed, they are in denial, say, no, not me, and so on, and they are resisting confinement. How do you deal with somebody who is resisting confinement, and at the same time who it is dangerous for you to put your hands physically on them?
Well, that is a question that I unfortunately I cannot answer, because it's a question I've raised myself. I mean, if you find out, for example, if someone is coming to a hospital and you trash the person and the person says, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, or you even find out that he has this, something that could make him a suspect.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, I need to take you to an isolation ward, and he says, no. What do you do next? Because he can just start walking out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And indeed, if someone is a suspected case, then you should be careful in the way you try to, restrain him.
Yeah.
Because through that, you could also get infected.
Yeah.
So it's a funny situation, but I guess at a point, law enforcement agencies will come into play, because in certain countries, for example, there have been curfews, there have been forceful quarantining, etc. So I guess at a point, I mean, force would be brought to bear.
Yeah. So the suits, these full body suits that are employed in order for personnel to make safe contact with these people, are they right on hand there at the airports and at these places, that in some minutes some of the personnel would be able to don them and approach this person?
Yes, they are. They are available. In the hospital in which I work, we've purchased quite a number. Most hospitals have, I'm aware, and they are available.
Yeah. So, like how Ghana, there has been no detected case in Ghana. There would be no alarm at all for people traveling from Ghana to Jamaica without passing through any of the infected countries.
No, no, that is not exactly the case. I mean, perhaps where there should be some tightness on screening would be then, I mean, for Jamaica, to screen. It's always the recipient country that really does most of the screening, especially for people, because in Ghana we don't have a case, so there's really no reason why we should start asking you questions about whether you may have Ebola or not before you leave.
Yeah.
You understand?
But for a person from Ghana coming to Jamaica would be asking them, did you pass through any of the affected countries on your way out of Ghana, out of Africa?
Yeah, I mean, that is for the Jamaican authorities to find out.
Yeah.
That when you left Ghana, did you pass through any endemic or any country that has, declared a case?
Outbreak.
I mean, that's what you should find out. But you see, because Ghana hasn't declared a case, it's just like somebody traveling from China to Russia. I mean, once a case is not declared,
there will be no alarm.
There would, I mean, it's not. There's really no alarm, but you should keep your ears cocked up,
Yeah.
Because you could be the first. You could be the one who gets into contact with that first case.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
Yes. But by the way, as I said, I remembered when my friend told me that remind me that you are a medical doctor and that you practice in Ghana. I said, yes, I would like to talk to you because you could give us a picture of what is the kind of outlook and situation there. Even though I didn't distinguish between Ghana and the other countries that didn't have any outbreak. But I also remember, I also asked him if you are the same person who I had heard about in connection with this album launch. You did a piece of music with Queen Africa, didn't you?
Yes, I did. The song called "Baby Take Good Care."
Yeah, we're going to play it now.
Yeah.
Tell me a little about it.
Well, it's a song that I started recording in Accra. I did a pre-production in Accra, and then I had it mixed in Jamaica. And at that point, we were able to get into contact with Queen Africa, and she said she would gladly do it, and she came on board and featured on it, and the song was done. It was produced mainly by Mikey Bennett.
Yeah.
And had some Ghanaian players and some Jamaican players on it as well.
Yeah.
So in Ghana, for example, I played some of the things myself. Joe Amwa played some of the instruments himself.
You play instruments?
In Jamaica, I play an instrument. So I played some of the.
Oh yeah, electronic instruments are what?
Pardon?
Electronic instruments are what?
Yes, I play keyboards. I play the guitar.
Oh yes, guitar.
Yes, and then in Jamaica we had Aeon Hoylet play the bass, and Mikey produced it.
Yeah. All right,
featured on it.
All right, we're going to play it here now, and if you happen to come to Jamaica, you must touch base with us.
Pardon?
I said we're going to play the song now, and if you come to Jamaica, you must touch base with us.
By all means, I'll do that, Uncle Jerry.
Yes, and I understand that you have arranged for people in Ghana to be listening to the program here now.
Yes. We sent out some flyers that will be this interview.
Yeah.
So I hope people are listening in.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, and greetings to all our Ghana people here. You know, those are the people.
Thank you very much.
Those are the
Thank you
people.
very much.
Yeah, those are the people that are closest to the African stock of people in Jamaica. We have 3 special places, many more. Well, I would say maybe 4. 3 special places: Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and South Africa. And the first 2 are the ones that are the closest racial stock of the people of Africa in Jamaica. So greetings to all the Ghana people, and greetings to you, Mr. Knii Lante. And give me a family name again.
It's Knii.
Yeah.
Knii, and then Lante, Lante is one word, and then my family name is Blankson.
How you spell it?
If for example you want me on Twitter, it's at Knii Lante. That's Knii.
Yeah. And Knii Lante is which language?
That is Ga.
Ga. Okay, nice. All right, thanks a lot. Queen Africa and Knii Lante. What's the name of the music again?
Baby Take Good Care.
All right, and so say hi to the people of Ghana listening. Take good care of us. We take good care of you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Straight up.
Only for you, girl. Gonna be good. I'm singing this song for you. So you be good for me too. I hope you hear this too. Rain may cover sun, but the sun never forgets to shine. Never forgets to shine. Baby, take good care of yourself. I'll be okay. I love you.
Counting every moment till the day me see you. Everything with me have got me a save it for you. No matter how long the feeling does not get strong, and them absence make the heart go under. The waiting process sometimes stress me out, but me still not gonna make that get me out. Me a go and hold this here. Me willing to wait, cause when you turn up and me get this thunder.
Baby, I love you.
that is Knii Lante, the doctor that we just spoke to from Ghana. Knii Lante, singing along with Queen Africa. Good morning and welcome back to Straight Up. Welcome, Straight Up.
You're the king, Jerry.
What one, sir?
Me there, you know, me I love you to indulge me, you know. Me I like to talk a little about the about my experience with the chick bill, but me stumble upon a speech by Kwame Nkrumah, a very short speech. Where he talk about the puppeteers way back in the day. I mean, me don't know if you'd allow me to just read it off.
No, you can't do both. You talk about chick bill, talk about the chick bill, man. Or anyone, choose one of the two of them.
No, well, me call forward, yeah, man, but me want to get this out there.
Alright, go on, deal with the first one.
Alright. The forces arrayed against us are, and I use the word most carefully, formidable. They are entrenched and powerful. They are, as I've taken some pains to explain, they operate in worldwide combinations at all levels: political, economic, military, cultural, educational, social, and trade. And not all, and intelligence, for instance, FBI, CIA, cultural and information services, the media. They operate from European and African centers using agents who, I am ashamed to say, are open, unpatriotic sons of Africa, buying personal satisfactions with the betrayal of their country's safety and integrity. They seduce leaders of the African political trade unions and people's organizations, thus creating rifts and quarrels within the national nation's front. On the border fronts, they are amassing their forces in a determined effort to stay the advance of African liberation and the march of unity. They are attempting many methods, some sinister, some beguiling, enticing and charming, to wreck our efforts. They strike anti-sympathetic postures on one side and perform acts calculated to strike fear on the other. They try to hoodwink us with fictitious gifts, which superficially pander to our hopes and aspirations. They are the persistent attempts to deflect our purpose, to weaken our determination. Amen.
Well, that is, you get you just in time because the time just up. Well, all right, maybe a little more you can call and talk about the chick bill or tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, yes, sir. Let's go for a break. Straight up. Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. Just before I take a phone call, let me give a shout out to Michael McLeod. His birthday was yesterday, and it's coming from Auntie Pauline. Auntie Pauline sending out shout out for Michael McLeod's birthday yesterday, and so say all of us from Pauline, Auntie Pauline to Michael McLeod. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Small.
Yes, ma'am.
Out of every million people, you see?
Yes, ma'am.
There is 1,000 is good, positive, and those people can move away with the million people. Saying this to say that I am asking you when you have time to play Maxim Romeo song for me. Let the power fall on I.
Oh, yes,
to the
ma'am.
people them in a House of Parliament.
Yes, and you say 1,000 out of a million good, that means 1 in 1,000. And that means I'm not to play Wet Dream by Maxi Romeo.
Mr. Small.
Which one of Maxi Romeo I must play?
The Maxi Romeo that said let the power fall on I, let the wicked burn in flame over I. Oh, you don't know music and you say you have faith.
Oh, told us I don't know it. I know it, but I said that since we're not going to play the Wet Dream one for you.
Mr. Small, do you know that Nancy was a human being?
Sometimes turn a human being, yes. Sometimes
he was a human being. And his name...
Them turn all Governor General, ma'am.
And his name was Thomas. But guess what happened? He play a lot of trick with people like what the people them in our House of Parliament do and tell a lot of lie.
Oh.
One of the time it depends on his black magic to make him disappear.
Yes.
But this time when he disappear into a Nancy, he never come back as a human being. Thank you.
Yes. So you say him pull up in a Parliament? What about cowboy being there? Hello?
Yes, Jerry.
I know you may talk to man. Good morning, welcome straight up. Hello.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hear me now?
Yes, sir, welcome.
Yeah, man, yeah, you're speaking to the brethren up in Ghana.
Yes, sir.
I hear what your caller was saying today, asking if today's nomination day.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it gone.
Yeah, man. And election day is December 1st.
Yes, you're going to go down and go vote?
Month. No.
You don't get to go down and go vote?
I never live in that area yet.
But you don't have to live nowhere for vote. It's like Asta Black.
Jerry.
Yeah.
You know that one of the Cuban doctor?
Yeah.
They go over Africa. They come down with Ebola.
I saw me here. I'm so sad to hear that.
Yeah, man. I was so sad to hear that too. I hear that he gone one of the foreign countries to get it look after.
I hope him life spare.
I see him. I hope his life spare to man.
Everybody, we want everybody life spare.
Yeah, man. I was very sad to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Indeed, Brother Jerry.
Well, go on.
Horrible news on the local scene in St. Elizabeth this morning.
What? I don't want to hear no more violence in St. Elizabeth.
Oh, my God. Jerry, I know, say just yesterday I hear a member of the JCF, a senior member, you know, giving some mention of the relatively low crime rate over here.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it was a scene of grief and mourning, both at the home and at the Black River Hospital. Even as I speak, I get a Jerry that last night a man went in and a couple in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, with a gun, forced them to drink a substance. After he left the scene, they called out, apparently to neighbors, who came to their rescue, rushed them to the hospital, where unfortunately the woman was pronounced dead.
Wow.
This lady, I gather, is a teacher, and you can imagine her family and her colleagues are mourning.
Well, look here now.
Horror.
Yeah. I want
this goes out to the family, you know, and friends.
So
it was the school community where she teaches.
So it was the man who survived to give the information.
Apparently it seems so.
I hope him have some idea about the identity of that other person.
Indeed. Finally, Jerry, you remember some time ago earlier this year a woman was killed outside a courthouse in Pakistan by her family who accused her of marrying a man who against their wishes?
Yes.
Well, fortunately, Jerry, their justice system moved much, much faster than ours.
Yeah.
The 4 men who did this killing was sentenced to death by the judge this morning.
Yeah, well, I don't have no regret about that.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
I gather that the snow in the U.S., Jerry, is turned up. Buffalo is shut down and Atlanta is -6.
Yeah, already?
Indeed. Well, I gather you use the word already because it is this early.
Yeah. All right. More. Well, thank you very much, yes, sir. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello. Morning, welcome, Straight Up, hello. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Morning, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
I'm forced to call to report a most amazing coincidence. Yesterday, I spoke to you about, the need for us, especially people who are big shots in the society, to state their views, even when it's not the popular view, even if it's not in vogue.
Yeah.
And would you believe, Jerry, that just about the same time, Dr.
The person
from the NHT board.
The doctor was on the NHT board, yes.
Right. I think it's Davidson.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
At the same time, he was revealing something he had on his mind for 20 months.
Yes. That's good.
Why? What a coincidence.
No, it's not coincidence, you know, so keep up the good work.
Why, I tell you. Yes, it was quite reassuring and encouraging to hear him, you know.
Yeah.
And if at all your program had anything to do with it, it's a little flattering, you know.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much. What I want to know. I was curious. He don't sound like a Jamaican. I don't know if you can tell us if he's from Jamaica and what is his expertise.
I know he's a black man, you know. apparently in $60 or so, but no, I don't know whether he's Jamaican or not.
And you don't know his expertise?
No.
I was trying to figure out why he had been called into the board because of him, because of his training and expertise.
I don't know much about him. I know about like the other people who resigned at the time. Mina Israel, I know her.
Yeah.
I know Oliver Daly at the time, but I didn't know much about him.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yeah.
We have to help out Wilson with his description of ladies, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, as a veteran, you know, like with him regard the lovely Kelly Tomlin.
Yeah, about Marga.
Yeah, we have to help him out and find some better adjective for him, you know.
Yeah.
So we can help each other. And one time I spoke to you about Tapazuki record.
Yeah.
Well, you played a Tapazuki tune named Fenzik.
Yeah. No, hold up. Named Fenzik.
Right. But that wasn't the popular, wasn't the hit song Fenzik.
No. What was the hit song Fenzik?
I'm still running it through mine, and I'm coming up with...
You know how long may I try...
I'm thinking of it was a Lone Ranger song.
You know how long may I try remember, man?
Yeah, so if we go through the Lone Ranger catalog...
Yes.
I think we'll find it.
We can check out Lone Ranger, Skip. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why, it come like your answer. It come like your mind reader, you know.
Boy, I don't know. We're solving, man.
I forgot limit, you know.
All right, Jerry.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Why, we can't get you at all.
How you doing?
Why, good enough, you know.
Yeah.
But I just wondering, and we wonder why we did have to get here, and if we can't find some big men with big minds who are capable of calling a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that you're asking about, I think his expertise is accounts. I think he's one of those big type accountants, like chartered or something.
Oh, yes?
I believe so.
Dr. Dawe, yeah.
Dawe, yes, I think so. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Listen.
Yes.
The country and the people of Jamaica need some better watchdog, because I don't think the opposition are doing that. That is their job.
Yeah,
but they're not doing. They're not watching them. Not
listen here now.
Because too many things for them to getting away from them, and they're not knowing what is happening.
Listen here. This is not their calling from the start of the Labour Party, from the foundation of the Labour Party. This was not their calling. So it would have required some people, or one individual or several individuals, to go in there, go perform a revolution in the Labour Party for them to really come to the rescue of the Jamaica people. This is not their calling. The PNP did start out as if their calling was really to build nationalism in Jamaica. But it's a different PNP from the one between 1938 and 1968.
But think about, I'm worried about where we're coming from and where we are now.
Yeah.
And that everybody is walking over our head and wiping their feet on us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, we still have some men and women with integrity.
Yeah.
And capable of calling a spade a spade.
Well, let's hope so.
It's wrong. You got to say so.
Yes.
And you can't let words and and other people bash you down and say don't say anything, hush your mouth and so forth.
Well, this is a very short call. Yes, sir. This is a very shortened call, but thank you very much for it, here, sir. Thank you very much. Let's go for a break. Yes, welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. Hello. Morning. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. What go on?
Yeah, there again.
So you say we have some good love song. You hear the one with Knii, Lante?
Yeah, man, I like it, man. And they're not the format where it's supposed to be too.
Yes.
Where a man sing to a woman or a woman sing to a man.
Yes.
And not like say, like it's kind of weird to have two men sing a love song.
Yeah.
Almost sound, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yes, sir.
Keep up the good work, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right. So last time impressment.
All right. Come let me know say that you call about, man. Yes. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Morning. Hit up, Jerry.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Not too bad yourself.
Fine. Thank you.
You know, I want to talk about the NHT, even though it's been flagged out.
It's not dead. It's not dead yet, though.
Two problems are with it.
Yeah.
First is that I don't hear anyone, especially from the opposition side, talking about the fact that the original mandate of the NHT was changed two times, I think in 2001 and somewhere in 2011, something like that.
Yeah.
They used law to change certain points in there so that they could now utilize the fund as some kind of investment fund. Whereas originally it was a beneficiary trust held for the people that need houses.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It seems to me that it is because the JLP now would have benefited also. Do you think so? In other words, when they get into power, they would have this facility to use it as a investment fund instead of.
I think them use it already.
They have used it already.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, quite possibly, but the point I'm trying to make is that it's the two of them again colluding.
Yes.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I want to ask, suppose somebody like the contractor general or the safety, to find out, to delve into where that $180 million went. Don't you think that he would find that it went $3 million here, 5 there, 10 there, and then probably a lump sum went to Little White?
From I heard about it, you see?
Yeah.
From I heard about it, I know that it was a special favor and that the chairman have an interest in making it go through.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't understand why this whole thing hasn't come up. We know all the talking that's going on, and something tells me that favor of $180 million was not about one institution or organization or individual collecting, but because it's a little thing where them can do this and them can do that, so that man pop off with that, and I bet you the contractor general don't dare.
So tell me something now. How long we're going to sit down and be looking to the opposition party to express and represent the needs of the people who is violated, the citizens of Jamaica? How are we going to go sit down and look upon JLP?
We're going to be doing it as long as we only have two parties that hold the position, Jerry.
You know, answer, man. You know, answer. You tell me say as long as that and as long as that. That means you still send me for go measure something else. Me ask you one measurement and you send me say to go measure something else.
Well, we're not like what in a Jerry. We're not buying. That's why I can see. I'm
glad you know say that tight spot and I know measure the spot we know say tight, I squeeze it, you. That means you have to measure that one day.
Well, I tell you, I can't deal with the JLPNP no more,
Yeah.
The JLPNP is messing us up.
No, but from your youth, I tell you, I really feel grateful. I can't feel bossy or anything about it, or pride. I feel grateful for no, say, from your youth. Yes. Me and enough other youth, along with some older people who did come to the conclusion, even before we come to the conclusion from our youth, that it is futile to look to any of those two parties. From your youth, we know them thing there. But we also fail to do enough in the knowing of that to do something else. We don't do enough.
We need to educate the people.
I really have to go, but call again soon. But thank you very much for raising that aspect of the point. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Mr. Jerry.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I heard you were inquiring about the big song that Papa Duke did,
Yeah, but is not him that do the popular version of what did the chick, she must have sick? I know him did
No, man, that's Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger, man, that my mind tell me, man.
Yeah, man, Lone Ranger, but he did a popular song named Oh Lord.
Yeah, Tapa's okay.
Yes.
People are, yeah, man.
You understand?
Tapa's okay, Rocksteady, yeah.
Yeah, man, so I said, well, Papa Duke's big song named Oh Lord.
Yeah, man, he have quite a few, but that's
one. Yeah, but the big song, yeah, man, that song with big in England,
Yeah, like big like all the shots, little.
All right, sir, me just sat here.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Hey.
Yes, sir.
How things?
Okay, I complain, Although people say we are cuss, but we not complain.
We not cuss, man. We are trying to find a solution.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? I have been doing some soul searching and thinking around the National Housing Trust and the outer many things.
Yeah.
And Jerry, you believe if the board or the NHP had any good intentions, they would have such a hard time to explain it to the people?
No. They wouldn't.
The reason why I asked that question. All right, if you look at Good Hope, and I'm just using these examples.
Yeah.
You look at Good Hope and Great House.
Good Hope in a Trelawney.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they owned by the heart. Chucker lease it.
Yeah.
Because Chucker couldn't buy it. You know the amount of money what they would have to pay for that. They couldn't buy it. So what they did, they leased it.
Yeah.
And they are making enough money so that they can pay Tony. So if Outer Many if they had the intention of doing something like that with Outer Many, it would be a good venture because it would be making capital.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is they don't know why they bought it and they're telling lies.
They don't know why they bought it?
They might know, but they have ulterior motive other than making money with that thing.
Look here, listen here. You have a little clique of people control the board on behalf of the Prime Minister and the PNP. Then they full up the board with some other people. Right. That's just to full up the board. Those people are not expected to give any trouble and to give any dissent and to try to hold up anything that the little clique who in control.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you notice that the people who resign, you have some that stick to it and decide they're not moving. And I think you need between 9 to 13 or to 16 members on the board.
9, you need 9.
9 is not going anywhere.
No, that's the tablecloth.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man.
The board mash up, but the tablecloth still starts.
The tablecloth is hanging around.
It starts.
One more quick thing, Jerry, because I know you're leaving.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this again to RS Burrell and the schoolboy football people.
Yeah.
Get the police at the football matches to prevent people from smoking in the park because it is affecting people like myself who do not smoke and who do not wish to inhale smoke for 5 hours like last night.
Yes.
We need to do something about it, and I'm going to start boycotting the football games, and I'm going to start calling on people to boycott the football games if they don't do something about it.
Well, that is what the non-smoker should do.
Exactly. And I'm going to start planning it and arrange it so JSS need to hear this and eat up.
Yeah, and I only ask Black for smoke out Westmoreland, but we're not for smoke out no football match.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, yes, sir. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up, hello? Welcome, straight. Are you there? Yes, go ahead, please. Good morning. Yes, welcome. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Hail King Jerry.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Yes, sir.
My relation, my observation with the chickpea.
Yeah.
Is
Be quick, man. Nobody read front.
Forgive me. May I freeze, my brother? May I freeze?
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah, do I? Yeah, freeze.
Yeah, man. My mind.
Your mind freeze. Is that paper you read from?
No. It's the alcohol thing. There was a talk the other day about in regards to the children, what we should give the children and what shouldn't be used. And there was a statement made at the very end of it, something about not using any alcohol whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know. Now I'm not. I don't always fully the way the alcohol works in the body.
Yeah.
But when I was suffering with this thing, my mind tell me if you drink or drug, and you know.
Yeah.
Because more time when we get sick, we drink alcohol, we warm it and drink it, and it come like the alcohol helps the virus to move out our body.
Yeah.
You know. So in regards to the alcohol, now I'm wondering why would they say that we cannot use any alcohol, none whatsoever? This is the question that I'm putting out there to the minds. That
me think of me ask a question. Because I would have just take away your money and like a hobby, man. I don't know nothing, but I take your money.
No, it's an important question, my brother.
Yeah, why you mustn't use alcohol? Why it is not wise?
Yes, because let me say, I didn't see it do anything wrong with me, and I sweated, and I mean it helps the body to sweat.
Yeah, and you go and enjoy, and you feel
pestilence out of the body.
And you feel a little better. You feel better. All right. Well, when we have some more time, we explore it again.
Yes, sir.
But thank you very much for having been here. Thank my producer also, Tanya Richards, my guests also, and my production assistant, Kenisha Campbell, broadcast technician, Kevin Williams. Thank you very much. Straight up.
Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, November 19, with the 12 o'clock newscast here on News Talk 93 FM. I'm Kayla Wright. Coming up in this newscast, JLP uses all avenues to get more information on NHT's acquisition of Outermany property in Trelawney. JPS and JSIF sign MOU to tackle electricity theft. Protesters block Broadgate Main Road in St. Mary over dirty water, and a robber hacked to death in Montego Bay.